Welcome to Film, where we break down films in a way anyone can enjoy. Whether you're new to movies or a seasoned fan, you're in the right place. To my right now, because for some reason we switched, and now I feel really weird. Like this is awkward for me. You're chilling. It's just awkward for me. I've never been on this side.
I like change.
It's very weird. I don't mind change.
Change is important. Change is healthy.
I don't mind it. It's just
this isn't a permanent change. I was just like, you know what? I want to sit on this side today.
You try to act like Nathan Fielder.
Yeah.
So
it's like I just want to try something different today.
Let's try that. Let's do that again. But this time, like, be age number 6 now. I'm playing.
You get it now. He gets it now.
I get
he
it.
Understands.
I get it. But what's it called? So, anyways, guys, this is like our 20th, almost our 20th episode, right? Or 18th, 19th? I think we're like right there. Guys, either way.
I can check my computer. I have them all numbered.
But either way, guys, we've been dropping like hella videos for you guys. I hope
Hella.
Like hella. And I hope that you guys can check them out. We got movie reviews. We got little extras and snippets and clips of the smaller stuff that we talk about or say on the podcast. And when we have big podcast episodes too, like this, but we've been dropping them like, dude, am I allowed to say
This is
moms?
episode 16.
Oh, it is? Oh, we're getting close to 20. Mm-hmm. But also, guys, we finally reached 50 subscribers on the channel. We are now at a total of 54 subscribers. Thank you very much. I know that it is a small achievement, but I'm just glad that we got to 50. And now the next goal is to get to 100 subscribers. And then after that, 1,000. But please keep subscribing, and following. Yes, we appreciate it. Hit that bell, and let's get into it. For this episode, we will be talking about what we've been watching, Avengers delays, Mission Impossible Final Reckoning review, Lilo and Stitch small review, Final Destination, kind of a little mid review, Friendship mid review by homeboy Izzy, the Rehearsal, which I'm actually getting caught up on now, and then Hunger Games castings for the new movie coming out now. But anyways, let's get into it. Izzy, how you been, man?
How have I been? Been good. It's my first week out of school. Officially summertime for me this week. So I had a lot of relaxing and sleeping and working. It was nice. It was good. It was chill. I watched a lot of things. So I'll jump straight into what I've been watching. Actually, that's a lie. I haven't been watching a lot of things. I watched a lot of one thing. Andor Season 2. I just want to give a brief, because I know at some point we'll do a full review.
Oh, yeah.
I'm probably going to finish it next week. So I'll give full takes by next week. But I watched episode 1 through 7. I need more Star Wars like that, dude. Gosh, dude. It's so good. It's so serious. I think it's the first Disney original show that's felt like premium television. I don't think they've made anything that quality. Like, I've loved Loki. Like, I love like a lot of the Marvel shows, but none of them feel like that level of quality. Like Andor feels like a Game of Thrones for Star Wars, almost, like in terms of quality. It's really good. I love it a lot.
I'm gonna put the Mando season 1 in there. I had that feeling with the Mando season 1.
No, dude. I think this is different. This genuinely feels
for season 2?
No, in general, Andor as a show, like everything from like the writing and the visuals to everything. Like, here's the thing: Mandalorian season 1 looks really good, but someone correct me if I'm wrong. The Mandalorian films, the way they film it, what do they call it? It's I forgot what they call it.
Blue screen?
They do it. No, it's not a blue screen. It's like a big LED screen.
Yeah, the LED screen.
Yeah, I forgot what they call it, but you can kind of tell. I don't love that they film it like that, because you could definitely, like, there's only so much you could do because you're given like a smaller space to work.
Yeah,
it's not like a full set. Andor is, for the most part, is not filmed like that. So everything it's filmed on location. A lot of it's filmed on location, so it just looks so much better. So I don't know. I love Andor though. It's the best. It's probably the best thing Disney's done for Star Wars outside of like the final season of Clone Wars. but it's peak. I love it. That's the only thing I've been watching though.
Oh, I feel you.
Yeah.
So just like you, I actually have Andor on there too because, bruh, when I tell y'all I was grinding to get a lot of these shows in, bruh, I was grinding. I was watching Stinking, the Rehearsal, Andor, The Last of Us. What was the other show I was watching? I've been watching a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
bro.
I kind of want to just play catch up before I start watching other stuff.
Bro, I'm just shook I caught up as much as I did. Like, I finished all of season 1 of Andor, and I was low-key like, okay, now I see why people mess with this. I love that feeling of, like people losing stuff because of the Empire, and then them wanting to, like, make something to get back at them. And then even the soundtrack. I love the soundtrack in Stinking
really
Andor season 1. Like, just that, it gives me, like, hope. And that's crazy to even think about, like, because it builds up to A New Hope.
Yeah.
But season 2 is going pretty good so far. I am on season 2, episode 3 right now. My bad, guys, but I really like it. I'm gonna say, yeah, this is a really good Star Wars show. I do love the Mando season 1. I'm iffy on season 2 sometimes.
Really?
Iffy sometimes. Like, I just really love season 1 of the Mando.
Valid.
Like, because I feel like I didn't know what the heck was going on, and you still don't know what the heck is going on in season 2. But like, season 1 just going like, what is this dude gonna do? He's just carrying a package around. Oh, it's Baby Yoda. What's gonna happen? Yada yada. And then it just carries out more. But I just really love season 1 of the Mando. And then Star Wars: The Clone Wars is never. I love Andor. I love the Mando, but Star Wars: The Clone Wars holds a deep place in my heart, bro. Like that show is unbelievable. Like, it's unbelievable. 7 seasons of just pure greatness. Like,
I wouldn't say all that, but yes,
I love it.
Nah, dude, there's some awful Clone Wars stuff. Clone Wars has some of the most boring Star Wars stuff I think ever.
Some.
Like, there's a lot of boring. You get any Padme and Jar Jar, like, 4-episode thing, you know you're in for mid. You get anything based on the droids, you know you're in on mid. Like, it's just, sometimes it's bad.
I literally just stick to mainly, like, the clone stories most of the time.
That's fair.
But it's just so perfect if you focus just on that. Like, if you focus just on that, it's so
Yeah, they
good,
do a pretty
bro.
good job with that.
Moving on real quick, I saw The Shining for the first time.
Nice.
Wow.
Classic.
That was I see why people love that movie, bro. Jack Nicholson, amazing actor. The little boy who played Danny, you scare me. I hope you good, bro, but you did a really good job. And then one thing that I was laughing about when I was watching with my friends? So, you ever seen The Shining before?
Nope.
Do you mind if I smell something?
Don't care. It's
Okay.
so old.
I got mad because I was like, through this whole movie, and there was like 18 minutes left, and I was like, nobody's died. And then so there's one black guy in the movie, and he's like the nicest, kindest dude in the movie, and he comes all the way because he gets a feeling like something's bad. So he literally flies all the way back to the stinking hotel. He's like making sure that everybody's okay. Then he drives through the snow, goes all the way up into the mountains with a snowmobile because their snowmobile broke down because Jack Nicholson broke it. And then out of nowhere, he's like, hello? And also HBO Max, for you guys like making the words HALLO instead of HELLO, it's not like black jive. He's not speaking black jive. He's saying hello. Like, it's not like hello. He's just saying hello. But that was pissing me off. And then, like, before it happened, I said to my friends, if he dies, this movie's racist.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's where the stereotype comes from. The Shining set the precedent.
Bro, nobody died until him. Like, he just hello. The next thing you know, boom. And I was like, this movie's racist.
Someone had to go.
He died first.
It's crazy.
1 hour and 20 minutes of nobody dying, and then he's the first person to die.
That's insane.
I was like,
it's pretty funny.
I'm just playing though, but it was a really good movie. All jokes aside, it was a really good movie.
Are you going to watch the sequel?
I did watch the sequel
before
I watched that
sequel?
one.
Okay.
Because I went on a date earlier with somebody, and then we went to go see that, and I was like, well, do I have to know anything until then? They're like, they'll explain stuff, so
Did you like it? Because I feel like that movie didn't make a whole lot of money, but people like it. Like,
I liked it.
Yeah,
I thought it was pretty interesting.
People really
and then it helped me, like, learning about The Shining in that movie helped me understand, like, what was going on in the first one, too. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. It was a good, like mixture together.
So, you've been doing your homework. You've been
Honestly,
on the movie grind.
Honestly, yeah.
I respect it.
I didn't get to see the new episode of Lazarus, so those are the only two things I have on here: The Shining and Andor.
Yeah, I have a lot to catch up on. I'm gonna catch up on Last of Us, obviously, Andor. Obviously, I'm gonna finish up. I'm gonna catch up on Fire Force. I'm hearing it's getting really good.
I gotta watch Fire Force.
I watched the first episode of season 3 and stopped, so I need to keep going on that. Those are the only 3 shows I need to catch up on. So after Free Reign, Kaiju number 8, because I started it, I have to finish it. So Kaiju number
season 2's out.
Season 2 is about to start coming out. It comes out in July.
Thank God, bro.
So I imagine we'll talk about that, and then I'll fully be back on like Arcane, Vinland Saga, things that like I just kind of want to watch.
You really gotta finish.
Yeah. I just want to like finish all the things that are like coming out.
Yeah.
So that I don't like stop watching.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
That's the plan.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Did you want to add anything else?
I'm trying to think. No, I don't nothing. I got literally nothing going on.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's jump straight into Avengers Delayed.
Yes, sir.
So rough. Okay.
Oh.
So, Avengers Doomsday, Avengers Secret Wars has officially been delayed to December 17th,
December 18th
and the 16th.
and the 17th.
Damn it. I knew I got one of them.
Okay.
December 18th and December 17th, 26, 27 in that order. Rough, but good,
Yes,
right? Like
1000%.
can I be honest? I wasn't surprised. I was like, yeah, good. I expected that. Like, your movie is like nowhere close to being done, and you're telling me it's gonna come out in a year, like exactly a year. No shot. But you know what I think is a more interesting conversation? The fact that it comes out. It's Doomsday that comes out on the same day as Dune Messiah.
Yeah.
We have a new Barbenheimer. Like, actually, this is like, we always like make those up and we're like, oh, this movie's like No, this is literally the next thing. Well, I saw people calling it, Avengers Doomsday.
That was the toughest title, bro, because I like Barbenheimer, but hearing Doomsday, I was like, no, that's perfect. It's cinema.
It's so perfect.
It's cinema. Absolute cinema. But I love when they do that, bro. Like the whole Glicked thing with Gladiator 2 and Wicked, Barbenheimer, Barbie, and Oppenheimer. And then there was another one that recently just happened. Was it Mission Stitch or something? Lilo Impossible? I don't know.
I did not say that. I believe it though.
I know
let's start that. Lilo Possible.
Lilo Possible? Impossible? I don't know. Oh no, I'm just trying.
Dude.
But either way, like, it's just, I love when they do that with movies because it invites people to go to the movies.
Yeah.
Do you think, before we move on, because Barbie made $1 billion plus, Oppenheimer made $1 billion plus, do you think Doomsday and Doom Messiah can outbeat that? Or make $1+ billion each?
Okay. So by beat it, do you mean like both have to hit $1 billion? Or do you mean like total amount of money earned?
You know what? I'm not going to say beat it. I'm going to say, do you think they both can make $1 billion?
I want to see how much Dune Part 2 made.
I think Dune Part 2 made 600 or 700 million.
Yeah, it will. It'll make $1 billion.
Did it make 6 or 7?
It made 700.
Oh, it did? Okay. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
At the global box office. I would assume it makes $1 billion. Okay. I think with that heavy marketing campaign, everyone's already at the movies. I think there's a strong chance it makes $1 billion, especially if every movie it went up. Like I think it definitely made more than Dune Part 1, right? Box office for Dune Part 1. Let me see. Yeah, it made Dune Part 1 made 400 mil. Yeah, Dune Part 2 made 700 mil. It only makes sense for it to go up to $1 billion, assuming that it hits, assuming that it's great. Like it has to. So yeah, I would assume it does. I think that weekend though would beat Barbenheimer because Avengers Doomsday is gonna make $2 billion.
I hope it does, man.
It's gonna crash theaters for sure. Like that's a given. Even if no one's watching Marvel right now, it's gonna be the same thing as Infinity War and Endgame, where everyone's just gonna hop on it right before Infinity War and Endgame, and then everyone's gonna go because you know a dude that like says they're a big Marvel fan, but really just hopped on Infinity War.
Exactly.
I feel like that's the majority of people, which is fine. Like nothing wrong with that. But like, I think that same effect will happen again with Doomsday, where everyone's gonna play catch up.
Do you feel like everybody did hop on for Infinity War? Or do you feel like there was a movie before that? Because I feel like, all right,
Civil War probably.
This is gonna be a weird take. I low-key feel like everybody officially hopped on the MCU with, I think it was Avengers for a second, but I think people really got into it, like where everybody felt like it was for everybody, Guardians of the Galaxy. I think the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie started the whole thing.
Yeah, probably. I guess I just meant more like people were watching Guardians of the Galaxy and Guardians of the Galaxy 2 because they love, like, everyone had those Marvel movies that they liked, like their series.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I love Captain America, so I'm going to go watch Captain America. I love Iron Man, so I'm going to watch Iron Man. Like, things like that. But I think Infinity War was, like, the big culmination of everything.
Yeah.
So people were like, oh, okay, I have to go watch everything before. And then everyone was like,
Okay.
I think that's going to happen again with Doomsday.
I got you.
Less so because I think there's a lot of things you won't have to watch to understand Doomsday, but I wouldn't be surprised if like a lot of the movies get like surges on Disney Plus and then a couple of the shows. So like Loki will get a massive shoot once Doomsday's coming out because Loki's going to be in it, things like that. Yeah. But good it's getting delayed.
So, some other cool information that we were hearing around Doomsday? Because there's been a lot.
Yeah.
Like there was an official post from, I believe it was Screen Time, saying that they're casting a ghostwriter for Doomsday. And then,
oh, really? I didn't see that.
Yeah, they're casting a person to play Ghostwriter in Doomsday or appear as Ghostwriter.
That's pretty cool.
That. And I was like, why don't they just use the guy from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? I like him. But I get it. Maybe they want to do another
bigger
version.
name.
Like, and maybe I heard stuff about Ryan Gosling or
He wanted to play that character, that's why.
yeah,
Ryan Gosling or Norman Reedus. Norman
Reedus would kill his ass. But also, another cool thing that I think a lot of people are overlooking. Well, actually, no, they're not overlooking it. Now, Spider-Man Brand New Day will release before both movies now. And the coolest thing, too, is Tom Holland is in London right now. And this was right after he finished shooting his scenes for
Odyssey.
The Odyssey.
Yeah.
So now people are thinking, with Spider-Man Brand New Day coming out beforehand, and now these delays are going on, and because they want to tell, quote unquote, they said they delayed it because they have a gargantuan vision to share. Tom Holland might be in Doomsday now.
I wouldn't put it past them, considering they write the scripts while filming.
Yeah.
So, probably.
I also have another... Oh, my bad.
I don't know, though. I think there's a very strong chance that Spider-Man isn't in Doomsday. Like, 100%. Because, I don't know, like, do you really want to shoehorn a Spider-Man connecting to Doomsday as opposed to just connecting him... well, damn, that's hard, actually, because the post-credit scene was going to tease Secret Wars, but now it can't. You could just flip-flop. You can, like, whatever the post-credit scene was for Brand New Day that was going to tease Secret Wars, you could just put at the end of Doomsday, and then you could just give Spider-Man, like, how for No Way Home, the post-credit scene is the trailer to Multiverse of Madness? You could just do that for Doomsday, and you don't have to worry about putting Tom Holland in the movie.
That's true.
Because I think Doomsday is going to be smaller scale than Secret Wars. I think Secret Wars is when you will get everyone. Doomsday is going to be a more focused, like, again, here's the Thunderbolts, here's the X-Men, here's the Fantastic Four, and then whoever the little extra people they said they're going to add later is. Because I know they said there's more to announce, but I think a lot of those I think some will definitely be mainstays, but I think a lot of them will dumb down to, like, cameos. Like, oh, this person, like, here's a multiverse with these groups of people, and it's like, oh, haha, reference, and then leave. I don't think, like, that big cast that they're promising is going to be for, is going to be, like, mainstays in the movie. Because then at that point, it's too many characters. You can't do all that.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of the, like, we still have more to share, a lot of them are going to be, like, one-offs, like, hey, look at this version of Chris Evans, just as an example, like, stuff like that makes sense to me. So I don't think you have to worry about Tom Holland being in Doomsday as, like, his version of Spider-Man, because, like, I don't know, I feel like the story's gonna be separate, and then you could just drop a trailer of Doomsday at the end of that movie and it'd be perfectly fine. It's clean. Does that make sense?
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's what I would want.
I just really would love to see him in Doomsday. I think it would be a good segue into the movie, especially because here's my thing. I don't know if I told you this, but I had a semi-hot take for Spider-Man Brand New Day. I said without a doubt it's going to make $2 billion. Without a doubt. I think it's going to be only because Spider-Man No Way Home, especially during COVID and with Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, made like, I think it was 1.8 or 1.9 billion dollars.
Yeah, it made damn near 2 billion.
It made damn near 2 million. So I'm thinking with, obviously we have the anticipation. We saw Captain America Brave New World, no matter how people thought it started off, the little thing that we're having right now. Then we saw the Thunderbolts, which did really good. I know money-wise it's not doing good, but story-wise.
I think it made okay money, though. I wish
it's
it
at
made
400
more.
million, right?
Yeah, it should have made more. But
I think it should be at 600 right now, 700. But after that, we have Fantastic Four, First Steps. And then after that, we have couple of MCU shows with Ironheart and then Eyes of Wakanda. But then after that, leading into Avengers Doomsday, we have Spider-Man Brand New Day, which is what everybody's been most anticipating. Everybody's been waiting on. Everybody's been trying to figure out what the heck this movie is. I believe the hype level is almost the same as No Way Home. I think it may be even bigger because we don't know what the heck is going to happen in this movie. Which means that, one, after that, you have Doomsday. You have this movie you've been waiting on, trying to see what the heck is going on. It's got to make $2 billion. It's got to. There's going to be something big in that movie, and I'm so hyped for it, but there's going to be something big leading into Doomsday.
But what if, excuse me, what if they have some sort of, like, Spider-Man tease to join back up with the Avengers, and he just doesn't show up in Doomsday? Like, you think that would be okay? I think that could be. Like, I think, like, I don't know, I don't think you need Spider-Man in Doomsday, but I think you do need him in Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Does that make, like,
He has to be in
he's going to have the symbiote suit. He's going to do all this stuff. I just don't think, again, I think the vision for Doomsday is a lot more focused on Doom. I think, obviously, because the title. Like, your entire point is going to set up what Doom's doing, and you have your main teams to focus on it. Because if Tom Holland was in Doomsday, you would have said that already.
Yeah.
That's not something you wait for later, you know?
That is
he would have
very
been
true.
with everyone. Like sure, Chris Evans you can wait, because that'll be hype, you know? That'll get, like, everyone to go. But, like, Tom Holland, sure, is probably just as hype as Chris Evans, but it's a different kind of hype. Because Tom Holland's still currently around in the MCU. So I think you would have announced that. He would have been with Chris Hemsworth and Anthony Mackie, you know, like, bunched up with that group of characters when they were doing the chairs. So I just think them not announcing him means he's not in it.
Yeah.
Like 1,000,000%. I think they're going to stick to that plan.
But what if they're also trying to figure out the financial stuff with that movie? Like, because you have, like, I know there's, like, what I saw in the last episode, you already had a couple of actors who may not be returning because of money reasons. What if Tom Holland wants to be in it and the Marvel Studios wants him to be in it, but they're trying to get the right deal going?
A lot of that money stuff happens, like, way before.
Oh, okay.
Way before. Like, when you're planning, money is first. That's what you're organizing, you know? Like, I would love to talk to, like, someone who, like, produces movies and talks about stuff. Like, let me know. But I would assume the money comes first. Like, you guys are looking, like, how much things are going to cost, who you want here, then it's going to cost there.
Exactly.
You make, like, an estimate on how much their contract's going to be, or whatever their, like, current contract is, because some of them have, like, multiple movie deals. So, like, if they're signing on new people, obviously they'd make assumptions. I think Tom, they would have thought about already, like, 1,000,000%, because Tom Holland is one of the MCU actors, you know? Tom Holland is up there with Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth and all the Chris's, you know? And Robert Downey Jr. Maybe not, like, Robert Downey Jr., but, like, up there, you know? So I just think they would have talked about that beforehand. And I think them not showing his chair name means he's not going to be in it. And I wholeheartedly believe that.
Imagine he pulls a 2017 or 2018 Golden State Warriors move and just takes less money like Kevin Durant just to help out the team.
Can I be honest? I could see him doing that. I think he just likes being in those movies. He always said he'd be Spider-Man for the rest of his life if he could.
That'd be the coolest homecoming too. Imagine, like, the deal goes out and he's just like, Tom Holland will make $500,000 to come back as Spider-Man in Doomsday. And then he makes whatever money he does in Spider-Man Brand New Day. But that'd be tough because then, I don't know, I'm just really excited to see him back on the screen.
I am too. I miss him.
So
Brand New Day is
excited.
going to be awesome. I'm very excited. I know. I miss him. He's such a good Spider-Man. I think Brand New Day has the potential to, like, set him as the greatest Spider-Man.
Do you feel like Brand New Day could become the greatest Spider-Man movie of all time?
I hope so. I think if it's... authentically Spider-Man. I think if it's not caught up in multiverse and big world stuff, if it's just Spider-Man focused, wholeheartedly think so. Because everyone will talk about Tobey Maguire's movies like Spider-Man 1 and 2, mainly 2, but I like 1 more personally. Everyone will talk about 1 and 2 like they are the greatest Spider-Man movies, even though like I think No Way Home is personally, but I think it gets overlooked because it's a multiverse movie, because it has so many other elements that maybe like, oh, it's this big movie, so of course it's going to be the best one. It has all the other Spider-Man. But I like these movies because they're more focused on Spider-Man. So I think if Brand New Day does that, it'll have the same effect. I think if Brand New Day is focused on being a Spider-Man movie, like a straight Spider-Man world, villain, Sinister Six, all that crap, quips, whatever, I think it will be looked at as that, or at least up there.
Yeah. Honestly, just for the director, Daniel Creston.
Shang-Chi director.
The Shang-Chi director, he is now doing the movie. He's directing the next 3 movies for Spider-Man.
Yeah, Destin Daniel Cretton. He said the next 3?
I believe so. Or am I tripping? I'm going to say Spider-Man Brand New Day to be safe. I'm gonna just say Spider-Man Brand New Day. Just kill it, live up to the title. It's a brand new day, so give me a brand new type of Spider-Man that we've never seen before. But give us that home feeling. Give us that feeling that this is Spider-Man, okay? Just do your thing on it, bro. Give us your magic, especially with that those fighting choreography, everything. Just give us Spider-Man, please.
Wholeheartedly agree.
Please, just do your thing, Cook. Did you want to add anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right.
So let's move on.
Let's move on to something, because this is a little anxious type thing. We anxious for thinking these next MCU movies coming out. Avengers Doomsday, Spider-Man Brand New Day, Fantastic Four. We anxious to see what that's going on. So let's talk about a series that always gives us some anxiety. Let's talk about the new movie that just came out, Mission Impossible Final Reckoning.
Can I be honest? I didn't know where you were going to go. I have it written down here. I don't know why. I was between Final Destination or Mission Impossible, and I was like, which one is he going to say?
That
so both
too.
are very... I was just like, like, what are you going to say? Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. Phil, do you want to go first?
Well, also, we're going to be talking about 4 movies here. We're going to be talking about Mission Impossible Final Reckoning, Lilo and Stitch, Friendship, and Final Destination Bloodlines.
Yeah.
But we're going to get into Mission Impossible Final Reckoning first, because wow.
Yeah.
What a movie. All right? So I remember before on a podcast episode, I think there were 2 of them, me and Izzy were talking. Izzy saw Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning before I did. And then when he heard that I didn't see it, he was like, you have to go see it. I watched it with my friends in the dorms, and I am not going to lie. I wasn't feeling it.
Really?
I wasn't feeling Dead Reckoning as much. I felt like, because I was so focused on the entity, the AI in this movie, I was hoping for more like of an anxious feeling with this. I was hoping for more like dangerous stuff with this AI. I feel like it did some things, but I felt like maybe my anticipation for it was too much. This movie, when Final Reckoning came out, because let's talk about real quick too. Me and Izzy both went to go see early showings for Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
What time did you go? 10?
I went at 9. I went to the 9:15 showing.
Okay, I went to 10 a.m.
Yeah, I never do that. I just did it because me and Izzy talked about it and we were like, we have to review this movie. And that was the only best time I had to go see it. So I'm already in a bad mood. I wasn't a huge fan of Dead Reckoning. It was still pretty good, but I didn't like it that much. I'm like, dang, now I'm up early about to watch this movie. The movie starts, I instantly go, wow. I remember all these movies. I remember that one. Final Destination 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 now. But seeing that compilation, because I heard everybody complaining, I'm like, bro, that was perfect. Like, if you think about this whole series, this is like the action movie franchise. Like, this is the movie that like made action movies, like raised the bar every level. The stunt team did an unbelievably good job.
You guys got an Oscar. They're gonna win an Oscar.
Tom Cruise, I have so much respect for you. I have never had so much stress with a dude in a stinking submarine in my life, even on a damn plane. I thought it was gonna be a couple of scenes of you on a plane, bro. That was insane.
Is it? We're doing spoilers, correct? Like, just in general? We didn't say
You know what?
So.
Yeah, because we've both seen it.
Spoiler review.
This is going to be a spoiler review from here on out.
I just want to preface that before we get into it.
My fault.
Very
But
good.
to finish it off, that was the Mission Impossible movie I have been waiting on.
Mm.
I haven't felt that much anxiety in this series. Like I thought the stunts were cool, and I thought what he was going through was pretty cool, but I didn't actually feel like he was in danger or the world was in danger. I guess because I knew that he was going to get out of it because there's 2 or 3 other movies after it.
Yeah.
But I think what helped was this is the final movie, the final reckoning.
You were actually like nervous for him.
Yes.
Yeah, I was. Too.
I was thinking he was actually going to die.
I thought the mission wasn't going to be possible.
Exactly. The stuff that they were explaining they had to do, I was like, how are you guys going to do that in 16 minutes?
Can I be honest? Every time they did one of their like, so you're telling me we have to do this thing in this very specific order at this very specific time, so that we could save the human race. I think they say that like 5 times.
That's what
and
I'm
I was
saying.
like, guys, how many decisions can you make out of this? Like, come on.
I felt that, bro.
It's so funny.
Every time they were game planning, I was like, well, this is literally what they have to do. Like, it's not like a joke. It's not like, oh, we just have to do this because we have a little extra time. Why not? This is literally like, yo, nukes are going to go off.
Nukes are going to go off.
They're going to go off everywhere. And we're going to live in the entities universe. Like, we have to do this. And I was like, wow, that's insane. That's why I love the submarine stuff so much.
Yeah.
That whole submarine thing, even him jumping in the stinking water and then going down to that first submarine, the USS Ohio. I think that's what it was. And then I love all the characters. I think one of them was from the show on...
Actually, it was the USS George W. Bush.
Oh, yeah, my bad. The USS George W. Bush. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I got you.
But I just loved how they explained to him how he needs to be in order. And that's another thing. Watching that movie, who would you rather take, James Bond or Ethan Hunt?
Like on my team or fight?
Yeah, if you needed somebody to save you in a life-threatening situation, like world is involved too, who would you pick?
I got some movies I need to watch because I've never seen a James Bond, but I know him. Guys, I know him. James Bond or Ethan Hunt? Dude, I'm taking Ethan Hunt. And you want to know why? His luck is insane. Like, there is not a luckier man on planet Earth.
Oh, yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Spoilers for the final James Bond movie. But doesn't James Bond die? Or no? Does that not happen?
People are going to hate me. I haven't seen the last James Bond movie yet.
Okay, sorry for you.
I've seen all the rest of them, though. I pretty much knew he died, though.
Okay, I'm fairly confident he dies. Someone correct me. Ethan Hunt?
He didn't die.
That man don't die.
He didn't die.
You know, that's what I'm saying. So who am I taking? I'm taking Ethan Hunt.
I am going to take Ethan Hunt, too, only because, like, bro, those last stunts, like, the fact that he was learning everything and, like, knew what they were talking about, especially when he got to the submarine, because I don't think we've ever seen him in the submarine learning how to dive and everything.
Yeah.
You know how insane that type of training is? And the fact that Ethan can just go from jumping out of a helicopter, doing all this, running away from bullets, to now I got to learn how to scuba and I got to learn how to not breathe a certain way so I don't get the bends. And now I got to dive to a certain like,
I was getting
depth.
lost in it. I'm not going to lie. I was like, I'm just going to trust that you know what you're doing, bro. Like, I don't get it anymore.
That's literally what I was thinking. So I was like, the stuff they're explaining, that should literally freak anybody out because they're basically saying no matter what, if he doesn't get back into that decompressor or whatever it is, his lungs are going to explode. And then he's just like, okay. And he's like on the submarine running on a treadmill like it's nothing. I was like, Ethan, you are a different animal.
Beast.
You are different. And then he goes inside the sinking submarine. He's good. Stuff is moving around. While this, I was stressing out my mind when the submarine started moving, and I was like,
he like just whiffs it. Bro, I'm telling you, that man's luck is insane.
And then like, bro, going from that to sleeping for a minute, and then going and trying to get the kill, or the poison pill on the planes, just like that. I was like, dang. This is insane, but also my bad. I've been going on.
No.
What did you think about the movie?
No. I need to ask you really fast.
Yeah.
What score would you give it out of 10? What
Out of 10?
Yeah, what are you giving it?
I gotta give that movie an 8 out of 10.
Wow.
I have
okay.
to.
And what would you give the part 1?
Part 1, Dead Reckoning?
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards a 6.
Okay.
I'm leaning towards a 6. I just really wasn't into it that much.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
So, me. All right. Mission Impossible Final Reckoning, some quick perspective. I've only seen Fallout and I've only seen Dead Reckoning. There's only 2 Mission. I want to watch them all. I think I would be obsessed with them. These
really
movies
cool.
are my movies. Like, I love crap like this. I will say, this movie is 2 hours and 50 minutes. Yeah, it's long. And I think it takes a little bit to get going.
Yeah.
It's a lot of exposition, but I don't hate it. I've seen a lot of complaints from people saying it's too much exposition, it's not entertaining. I personally find it really entertaining because I think it does a great job of setting the stakes very high.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people very validly would rather be shown that and not told that.
Yeah.
But I'm cool with being told that. Like, that's fine by me. So, exposition, a lot, which I have to give it a knock for, but it wasn't the worst. It wasn't boring. It wasn't bad exposition. I was pretty into it, and I was following for the most part. I will say, I want to get my negatives out of the way. That, and then I will say, I think what upset me was this movie felt almost smaller scale. The threat was world ending like it always is, but I didn't see Ethan Hunt moving to location to location as much. A lot of the locations were super cool looking. I felt like Dead Reckoning, like, that movie visually is insane. Like, I'm obsessed. I felt like this one kind of felt like a step back. It didn't feel as like cinematic as I wanted it to be, but I will still say a lot of the shots look great. When he was in the submarine, it looked really good.
That was insane.
When
bro.
he jumps out of the airplane and, like, I thought that was really cool. Like, that looked really good. I just felt like there was a lot of spots that didn't hit me as hard as I felt like Dead Reckoning did. Like, I always think of the scene from Dead Reckoning when he's in the the club place and all the screens behind him turn into the AI. That's it for me. I was like, see, that's sick. I wanted more crap like that. And I felt like this movie didn't really have that. Like, more, I wish the AI was more present, like, constantly.
In Dead Reckoning? Or
yeah,
in,
and no, in
Final
this
Reckoning?
one. The
Okay.
AI was not, and that's my third negative. Villain was whatever. Very much whatever. The dude kind of didn't do anything. Like, he has that one really crazy moment in the beginning, and then, like, he's just gone. Like, he's just, and I felt like that kind of made him less intimidating. Like, I wasn't, especially when you realize that the whole plan relies on him winning. Like, that's fine. I was just like, oh, well, regardless if he gets it, they won. It felt like they got him, you know? Because it was like he's trying to get the piece that they have, and their plan was to just give it to him and slide it in. And, like, he thinks he wins, but he doesn't because they're on the inside. Regardless, I thought the villain was very lacking, but what this movie does well, I think it does really well. The action scenes are insane.
Oh, yeah.
Every fight, when he's fighting the dude with the knife in the submarine,
Oh, yeah, that was
sick.
good. That was
when
really good.
he's exploring the submarine in the water, he's feeling his movements. Sick. The plane sequence, yes, totally.
That was
sick.
nuts.
I like the submarine sequence more personally.
Oh, I did.
That one I was a lot more nervous about. Like, when I got really uncomfortable when he goes into torpedo chute.
Oh, man, that scared
I
the crap out of
hate
me,
small
man.
spaces like that.
That scared the crap out
I
of me.
hated that. But, like, stuff like that, sick. The fight scene in that burning house, sick. The action was really good. The stakes were great, though.
Yeah.
That I loved. I don't know if I double backed or anything on what I said, but still, I'll hold strong. Yeah, the stakes I felt like were very much there. I was very scared the whole time with the AI and what it was doing. Again, I just wish it was, like, physically there more. I wish I could have seen it more, but it just, like, wasn't. So out of 10, if I give Dead Reckoning, I think I would say like a 9. I love that movie. I think the action in Dead Reckoning is better too. I would give this one a 7. I think this one was worse in spots, but I think it's still very good and it's very strong and I enjoyed it. Especially for watching a movie that early, I wasn't bored at all. I could admit it was slow in some parts. I could admit that it felt like it dragged on in the beginning when it wasn't, like, when it was setting itself up. But I can confidently say that I was in the whole time, and at no point was I like, all right, like, let's get this over with. It was very good. I really liked it, and it's pretty high on my list. It's the the Dome. I have Letterboxd pulled up, but I'm pretty sure off the Dome it's like 3.
Okay.
Yeah, but I haven't watched a whole lot. I've watched 8 movies, so like that'll change. I could see it dropping. Where I feel like Dead Reckoning, I walked out being like, holy balls, that was insane. This one, I felt like I walked out and was like, wow, that was really good. That, like, different vibes, but I still really enjoyed it. And I think people should go watch it because it's movie's very impressive. Again, stunt team, you guys freaking killed it.
Y'all really did.
Freaking killed it. Tom Cruise, you killed it, like always. All the performances were really good. And I liked how deeply personal everything felt.
Yeah.
Felt very personal. Again, the connections to a lot of the older stuff, obviously I didn't like have nostalgia for or get completely, but they show it to me, so I was able to follow, which I appreciated. But I felt like every character was pushed to the end. Like it was rough. Simon Pegg's character, what's his name?
Benji, I think.
I love him. I think he's my favorite. I think he's my favorite character. I love him so much. Simon Pegg plays that character so great because you could tell how tired he is, but that dude's just a G, bro. When he's like dying and he's like helping her like turn off the power and like get the AI trapped while also teaching.
That was nuts.
That was
Let's
sick.
talk about that scene.
That was so cool.
That was a crazy scene and huge respect to Benji, bro. Like he's over here, like you said, he was over here having to tell somebody how to do surgery on him, and then telling somebody how to cut wires and hack the stinking system.
It was insane. Yeah,
Benji, that was OG right there, bro. That was tough.
Yeah,
like you know how hard it is to do.
Yeah, that's
your
insane.
mind's over here trying to teach somebody surgery, and then your mind's over there trying to teach somebody how to hack a mainframe.
Yeah, not to mention surgery on himself while he's insane. Luther I love too. Again, just all the characters feel so genuine. They feel so real. Like Angela Bassett as the president, she kills it.
Oh, she
like
did
it's
a good
just
job.
Again, I love the characters. I love the action. I just felt like it was missing in some of the places that I would have wanted. Again, I would have loved more locations. That's what I wanted. I wanted them to go more places, but they kind of just stuck to the same like 3 areas, you know? And I felt like they could have chilled out on the exposition a bit, but I get it because it led to a better better thing. And I just wish the villain was a little better. So overall, I think it's a strong 7. I loved it. I recommend again everyone to go watch it. It's a great movie. It's a really good movie, and I think it'll be one that I remember for a good while, which is probably all we can ever really ask for.
Yeah. I got one more thing real quick. Gabriel. That's the other villain's name, right? Gabriel.
Yeah.
What's up with you and killing just women, bro? What is with you and just killing women? I was getting so mad during the whole stinking movie because I'm like,
he's motivated.
All this guy does is kill women. Like, the whole reason why Ethan hates him is because he killed the one. I don't even remember what movie that was from or if it even was in the movie. He killed a woman that got Ethan into the IMF. Remember? The scene in the gate, the tunnel. Well, moving on.
Yeah, I was like, do I remember that?
He kills that woman, and then he goes over, he tries to kill Paris. Then he goes over and like Sting gets into a crazy fight with Haley Atwell's character. Then he kills another woman, the woman who died in Dead Reckoning. What's her name? Forgot her name. She was the one who was on the sniper at the beginning of the movie in the desert.
Oh yeah, I forgot her name too.
He kills her, and then just through the rest of the movie, he's just going after women mainly, and then sometimes he'll go after Ethan. But low key, Brody was like a wuss to me. I'm being for real.
Women and black people. He just like doesn't. Maybe he's just a.
Did he kill black people?
He killed Luther.
All right, I got a problem with you two on that one, bro.
I think he might just be.
Imagine.
An awful human.
He is an awful human. He was just killing women.
But you know when villains are awful, but also they're like kind of sick. Again, I felt he was very disappointing, and he goes out in a very embarrassing way too.
He was just a stupid villain.
Yeah. I think he's rougher than the AI. They make the AI a lot scarier than he is, because obviously his motive is like he wants to control it. So he's also kind of like. Not necessarily like working with it, but he wants it for power. I don't know. I felt like they wanted him so badly to be this deep, intimidating character, but he just was, again, gone for like most of the movie.
He was annoying.
And then when he shows up, he kills himself. Like, let's not forget, he was like, remember, I have a parachute. I was like, come on, guy. Like, you should have thought about that a little better.
I loved when that happened. I was like, finally.
I went,
bro.
ooh.
I low-key wish Paris killed him. I really wanted Paris, and I did not know that was Mantis.
Yeah, really?
I didn't know that was Mantis the whole time. When I was looking at it, I was like, no wonder I love her so much, because I love Mantis. Like, Mantis is one of my low-key favorite characters in the MCU. But seeing that was, like, she goes from all sweet to, like, stinking deadly, I was like,
She takes a massive backseat in this movie, too.
Yeah.
I think it's the language barrier.
I think it would have been so much better if she gave the killing blow to
Yeah,
Gabriel.
I think so, too.
But either way, I hate Gabriel. You're a wuss. Stop killing women, bro. I mean, you're dead now, so I'm glad you're not killing women anymore. But that's such a, like, wuss thing to do, bro. Like every time he just kill a person and just run off. He'd be like,
Yeah.
like the
a
dude
comic villain?
from Conan the Barbarian or something.
Oh, you
What was
mean
it?
Masters of the Universe?
Masters of the Universe. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I don't know why I'm oh my gosh, I should be remembering his name. I should remember his name. Something with an S. Salvatore.
I think that's what it is. Salvatore.
I'm gonna check because I didn't get that right.
Yeah, he just runs away. He just kills somebody, be like, hee, running away in a crab. I don't know. I hate Gabriel. I'm glad you died the way you did.
Oh, Skeletor. I'm such an idiot.
There
dude.
we go.
Yeah,
My
I'm
bad,
sorry.
y'all.
Yeah, Skeletor. But yeah, he was a rough. Again, I did not enjoy him very much.
He was just annoying, bro.
I think that movie needed a stronger villain, and I think I'd be a lot higher on it if it had a stronger villain.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anything else you want to add?
No, all good.
All right.
You want to move on to the next movie?
Yeah, what movie do you want to move on to?
All right, real quick. Let's go into Final List. Or no, let's go into Lilo and Stitch.
Okay.
Let's go on Lilo and Stitch. I'll make it real quick, all
Hit
right?
me.
So, guys, I'm just going to give you this warning real quick. Take my review with a grain of salt because obviously I am a 24-year-old black male. Tall.
You're black?
Yeah, I promise.
Never would have guessed.
Anyways, this movie is definitely made for kids. It's made for kids. I understand that. I fully believe that. That's why I'm telling you guys, take my review for grain of
Snow
salt.
White all over again.
But anyways, this is my review on Lilo and Stitch. I thought it was a very fun and kid-friendly movie. The only problems I had with it was it changed a bit of the story around from the original animated movie. I am going to, in this case, I prefer the original animated movie over the live action, but I'm going to say it was still a pretty good movie. It was still. I just wish that certain things weren't changed. Like, I definitely missed Captain Gantu in this movie, the big alien that looks like a shark or whale head type thing. Like, he was one of my favorite characters in Lilo and Stitch. Him not being in it kind of messed me up just a bit because they went a different route with it, and it was kind of lackluster to me. But I still felt like it was fun and funny for kids, which is why I'm like, okay, that's fun. To me, it's like shot in the back, but it's whatever. And then another thing that kind of this is just one more negative. Another thing that kind of made me sad was Lilo only had one crash out moment.
Really?
Yeah, and that's the best thing in those movies, in the original animated Lilo and Stitch movie, is yeah. She had like 3 or 4 crash out moments, and then even she would throw hands with Sting and Stitch sometimes.
Yeah, I've seen clips.
Yeah, but in this one, it's kind of the way we kind of described it. She has attitude though, like for sure, but she ain't really a crash out like she was in the animated movies. But taking that, I will say the positive, Stitch, obviously. Stitch was thinking funny in this movie. Stitch was...
Which, now hear me out here.
Yeah.
That's all that matters, right?
That's true. That's why I'm saying take it
No.
with a grain of
I'm
salt.
not like using it as criticizing like your review at all. I'm just saying like, I feel like that's why most people like Lilo and Stitch, right? So you think from that
like
perspective,
Lilo.
like, okay, so my question would be, where does it rank in Disney live action?
Well, obviously, there's got to be like high up there as a good Disney
So
live
it's
action
one of the
movie.
better ones?
I'd say it's one of the better ones. I'd say it is. I think that compared to all the other stuff, it's one of the better ones.
What's your top?
I gotta make a sticking list, bro. I really do. I can't make a top out of the blue.
I enjoyed the Aladdin one.
I like the Aladdin one.
Aladdin
I
one's
did.
pretty good.
I thought it
I
was
also like the
fun.
Beauty and the Beast one, even though CGI is pretty weird.
I gotta
It seems
watch
like
that one.
a lot of the early ones are better.
Yeah.
Because it was like, oh, you're doing it, so yay, fun. But then I think it was once they did Lion King, everything changed. Where that movie made so much money, but like people were like, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Like we know why you're doing this, you know? Or maybe it was after Beauty and the Beast. I don't know. But yeah.
Either way, yeah. I'm just gonna say if you have a little sister, little brother, or even just kids as a parent, please take them to go see Lilo and Stitch. It's a very fun and kid-friendly movie.
Now here's the thing, right? Why take your kid to go watch this one when you could just go on Disney Plus and watch the animated one? Like, do you think there's any value in paying money? Like, let's say you're going to the theater, you're gonna drop like total everything. It's gonna be like $40, right?
Yeah.
For a ticket, it's like $20. With popcorn and stuff, snacks, whatever. If you do that, yeah, I'll say $35.
Yeah.
You think it's worth it?
I'm going to say yes because I think it's fun for the family, and I also think that there are different funny moments than in the original one, which I still prefer over the live action one. But I think it's a whole different story that I think people should be able to see. Because now I'm hearing also that Disney already wanted, even before the movie came out, they wanted to make a sequel to this one. So I feel like with that and the fact that they did a whole new type of story, even though they kept some of the same models with it, I think it's worth watching.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm watching it today.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm watching it at 7 with my little brother and my dad. So we'll see how I feel.
hope
I'll
you
probably
enjoy
talk
it,
about it
man.
next week, but I don't know. I'm pretty mixed. I'm not excited to go watch it, but I'm like, I'll go hang out with my family. Like, let's just go watch a movie. I've also been in the movies twice. I went twice yesterday, and now I'm going again. Yeah, so I'm just like, do I want to go again? But I'll probably go watch it.
Yeah.
But-
We're just trying to work, bro. We trying to work. We trying to get these movie reviews in for you guys.
So I'm doing this for you guys. If I wasn't doing this, I wouldn't bother. I
We
would
enjoy
not
movies,
bother
though.
watching.
We do.
I don't enjoy the Disney ones though, or like live action ones. I literally could care less. Those are like the perfect straight to streaming. Let me watch.
You're like, I'm good. All right.
But really fast, before we jump in to my review of Friendship,
Yeah.
let's do our cut. And we're back with my Friendship review. Phil, do you like Friends?
Yes, I like Friends.
Enjoy hanging out with your friends?
Yeah.
Do you ever think you annoy your friends?
Yeah, sometimes. I'd say so.
Do you wish they would punish you for being a bad boy?
No.
All right. Well, here's my Friendship review. That's a reference to the movie for anyone that watched it. I'm not just freaky or anything. All right. Here's. Sorry, that was a really I thought I was like, dude,
where,
oh my god.
Is this in the movie?
Yeah.
It's in the movie?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's so funny. All right. Here's my review for Friendship. This is a A24 film with Tim Robinson and Paul Rudd. I wouldn't say I'm a massive fan of Tim Robinson, but I like Tim Robinson. I watch his skits. I enjoy the Tim Robinson sketch when I see them. You know what I'm saying?
Guy, bro.
He's a really funny guy. So take one of those sketches and stretch it out for an hour and 40 minutes where it's just unpredictable, super confusing, hilarious, and honestly a little stressful. This movie, I think the more I think about it, the more I'm higher on it. And I don't even really know what to say, because I think with comedy movies, a lot of it is I can't spoil it. I think you just kind of have to watch, and sometimes it's going to hit for you, sometimes it isn't. His humor very much hits for me. So if you would say you enjoy very unpredictable humor, like where at one moment you could be talking to a guy and like be leading into some poop joke, and then all of a sudden just yell the F word. I'm just thinking of something random. That's kind of what this humor is. It's very unpredictable. It's very random, but he is so funny. Tim Robinson is hilarious. It's a lot of his little mannerisms and his like faces and everything he just does, I think adds to what makes that so funny. Like, I think if most people tried to tackle his humor, it wouldn't work. It's because of his voice. It's because of his face. It's because of his little movements that just culminate into one of the, I think one of the funniest movies that I've seen in a while. Yeah, I don't think, excuse me, we don't get a whole lot of comedies anymore. I don't, like, it's just not something that happens. And if you do, it's usually going to have some big star. Like, they did the one with SZA recently. I forgot what it was called.
Wait, it was with Keke Palmer and
Yes.
SZA, and it was called
All.
it was like Another Day. It was something like that. It was
One of them days.
One of them days.
So you're gonna see a lot more comedy movies with like big celebrities to like try and get people in, because a lot of people don't care to go watch comedy movies. Like, that's just not something that a lot of people do anymore. So again, I'm really happy to see that Tim Robinson took a swing and it hit. Because I need more movies like this. I need more comedy movies like this. And I think, okay, if I gave it, on Letterboxd, give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I think I'm leaning around like a 6 or 7, because I wouldn't say it's the funniest movie I've ever seen, but in a long while, I've had some of the loudest laughs I've had in a movie. But because of his humor, I don't think it ranks to like the Step Brothers and the Teds of the world. But it definitely exists in a very specific spot where I think the more I watched it, the more I'm going to be obsessed with it. You know? Does that make sense?
Yeah, you know what's weird about this movie? It says it came out in 2024.
I think because it played at like film festivals.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
My bad.
This is like it just came out. They did early screenings earlier this month, and then they just dropped it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Unless that's not the case. But I would assume that. That's usually what happens. Because I know it's just this actual theater. Because if this movie came out earlier, I would have known about it, you know? So yeah, that's my review of Friendship. I really liked it. If you like comedies, if you like Tim Robinson, I'd say, yeah, 100% go watch it. But, like, I don't think his humor is going to be for everyone. And I think comedy very much is that. It's very subjective. So it's kind of hard to talk about. It's really hard for me to like give a proper review because it's not like there's a story. It's not like there's like some big plot twist. It's kind of just a 3-minute sketch that's stretched out to an hour 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's really funny. It's really loud. It's really random. It's really unpredictable. The performances are really good. It's a great time that I'd say go watch, but I can't recommend it to everyone. I just can't. Like, I have to be honest, you know, like I have to put on the film cap and be very honest. I liked it a lot. I laugh very easily. It's very easy to make me laugh, and it was nice to go watch a comedy movie. But I can tell you guys, I can tell you, if you don't like his sketches, don't even bother.
Oh, I love his sketches.
Yeah, then you'll have a good time. It's
love
very
his
much
sketches.
like, come on, what?
I did my part. I did my part. I did my part. I didn't do.
The thing I always think of is, you know, the sketch where he's singing like the skeletons came to life, you know that one?
Yeah.
And the guy's like, we really like that other guy's part. Or it's like, I don't remember the name, but he's like, we like Ben's parts. And you go, my name's not Ben. And he's like, me? He's like, is your name Ben? No, that's why I'm so effing confused. It's literally that. But again, for an hour, 40 minutes.
I love him. He's a funny guy, bro. I saw that Netflix show he had or something.
Yeah,
I didn't
I think
finish
it should
it, but it's so funny.
Or are you talking about Detroiters? So it's called Detroiters, right? That's the one with the
forgot
black
what it's
dude. What's his name?
called.
Yeah, Detroiters killed that.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
I find it funny.
With Sam
though.
Richardson. Yeah. So again, mileage may vary. I very much enjoyed it. It's up there on my list. I have it at number 5 out of 8. So actually, I don't really know how that. We'll see how it scales out the rest of the year. But I'd say I highly recommend it. It's awesome. It's great. Go watch it. Have fun. Just
Okay.
go out and laugh. Just go out and laugh. Yeah, that's it.
Anything you want to add?
No, that's it. I literally, like, me and my brother talked about it in the car. Like, this is a very hard movie for me to review because I don't think I really have a whole lot to, like, say on it. So, just a good time. Go watch it. Go support movies, I feel like, just in
Yeah.
general.
No,
Yeah.
for real. Especially if you guys really want some new movies, because just another quick shout out to Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. But all movies overall, but I'm just trying to say this. Tom Cruise goes to every single movie that he is a fan of. He goes to every single one. He supports it because he believes in people going to movie theaters. So please, I mean, I know it may be cheaper to wait for a sec and wait for a month or 45 days for a movie to come out on streaming. But to help the movie industry still be there, because now even the Netflix CEO himself is trying to say, oh, the movie theater business is dead. To prove him wrong, please go to the movies, guys. Please see these movies. Please see your favorite actor on the biggest screen you can find, because it helps keep these movie studios and movie theaters open.
Amen.
Please.
Amen. But yeah, that's it for friendship. Phil, you watched one more movie that's probably the exact opposite of what I watched.
Oh, it's the exact opposite of all these movies.
So-
Maybe not Mission Impossible Final Reckoning, because it had that same anxiety feeling.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm just going to go to it. I went to go see Final Destination Bloodlines.
Wow.
So, in the past, on these episodes, these podcast episodes, I've always said, I hate horror movies, hate horror movies, hate horror movies. Even though I did see Until Dawn. But for some reason, the Final Destination series works for me. And it's very weird because, to give you guys a plot synopsis of what Final Destination basically is, it's a movie franchise about people dying in the scariest ways you can possibly think of. A lot of times, you don't even, like, they'll make you think that's how they're going to die, but then it just goes to a whole different direction. And when I mean nobody is safe in this movie franchise, nobody is safe. Now, one thing I want to say real quick is the reason why I think this movie works for me is because there's a lot of times you watch horror movies and there's characters you either like or dislike, and the ones you really, really dislike or hate sometimes survive. In this franchise, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. And
Death
also,
waits for no one.
yeah. But I just love how this movie follows its rules and also makes new ones that go straight through with it. And it's very detailed too. Like, the deaths may be silly, but they're very detailed deaths. Like, these movies make sure to, like, find every detail possible and make sure that it kills the character, if it's their time, the exact way it's going to happen or in a crazier way. Like, it's so impressive. Like, Final Destination 1, I love that movie, and it sets it sets the stone at first, or sets a bar for the franchise for the rest of the time until you get to like 3 or 5. Like 2, I mean, it gives you some new rules, but it was very cheesy and kind of stupid, but the deaths were still really good. 3, same process. The deaths were pretty crazy, but the acting was a little better, but still a little silly. 4, just ultimately stupid. Like, it was probably the worst one in it. 5 does one of the coolest, like, movie we were talking about before, one of the coolest movie. It ties in everything, and then it wraps it up in a bow with 6. Bloodlines gave us so many answers that we've been wondering for the longest time. Why is death going after so many people? And it's because of these bloodlines. And it was so cool to see. It was so cool for them to map it out and tying all the movies together. Because apparently the reason why death was going after people is because...
Spoilers for Final Destination Bloodlines.
Spoilers for Final Destination Bloodlines. Sorry, I forget that sometimes. But apparently we realized that death was going after these people through all these different movies because they were connected through different family bloodlines based off of one event that happened in the 60s.
People that cheated death, right? Like those
people that cheated death. So that's how these movies always go. Somebody has a vision of all these deaths happening. Premonitions, and then they stop it from happening. And it all was connected to the number 180, I guess. Or Denver's, this the singer, if his music plays, that means something's bad's gonna happen. But I love this series because there's no plot armor. It's not safe. Nobody's ever safe. Mm-hmm. I love that they stay true to that rule. And even if a character does survive, they get them. Like, nobody is ever safe. And I love that. Like, you can go into this movie or any movie that you see, whether you've already started it, like, or whether you want to start it, nobody is ever safe. I just love that because that's one of my biggest complaints when it comes to movies sometimes, when people survive for way too long and then, like, they should have died, but then, you know, for some reason the killer misses a whole 20 million times. In this movie, that can't happen. Like, it literally cannot happen. Like, there is an order they have to figure out so that they can either stop it or cheat death. And then when they figured out that order and try to delay it, I'm going to say delay because you can't really stop it. it's just cool how they figure it out, and it's very detailed, and I just love that. Like Bloodlines, this had some of the craziest deaths I've seen in the series. This had way better acting than the rest of the movies, because that was a huge complaint. Like for the rest of the series,
Yeah.
I think
product of its time for sure. I feel like a lot of horror movies back in the day, like you don't get.
Yeah,
Probably even still, you don't get great acting. But
that
it's
is
nice to
true.
see.
But this one did a very good job. Like it connected family drama to it that I thought was really good. It connected different movies in the past. It connected brother and sisterly love. I just love how they actually gave us a story that we can focus on. Because in the other movies, it was like, oh, we got these horned up teens, and they're either going to an amusement park or on a field trip or
That's a product
something.
of its time. That's
Yeah.
wholeheartedly a product of its time. Yeah.
Yeah, so they would just go off that, and then there'd always be like the order that you see, and then they die, and then you're trying to figure out who dies next or who is going to die and how. Because they give you hints, but then something else happens, and it's crazy. But this movie did a good job of making it mainly about family, keeping it to like that seriousness of like, whoa, you got to be careful where you step or like where you walk, this and that. And I just love that this is a franchise that prides itself on that. Like it prides itself on making you scared of literally anything. Like I could be looking at this or this, and like somebody who maybe had a premonition would be like, don't go too close to that gold chain or something. Don't go too close to that Stephen Curry doll, because maybe that would kill me. Maybe. I hope that doesn't happen, but I just love that this movie takes it so seriously, and it doesn't do the plot hole stuff or plot armor stuff. Nobody is safe. I love that. But with this movie, I want to give this one a 7 out of 10.
Wow.
I really enjoyed it. I really loved how they tied everything together, and I really love that they actually tried their hardest to give us a story while also giving us the most creative deaths like they've done in this series.
So you think with the entire franchise, right? A lot of the franchise, like the entire franchise, is very campy. It's very cheesy.
Yeah.
It's very much like, ooh, another 80 or what, 90s? 90s, right? It's like the
I'm gonna say 2000s.
It's late 90s, but yeah, 2000s would make more sense. It's late 90s, early 2000s, like very late 90s, early 2000s. Like people are dying, and look at us, like attractive characters all doing stuff, whatever, and then
Yeah.
just like death. And would you say Bloodlines does a great job of like taking that concept and elevating it, but doesn't lose sight of like what makes it like good? Like it's still a little funny, it's still silly, but it's like I'm more interested in this than just like me watching a bunch of teenagers getting murdered.
No, 1000%.
That's awesome.
I think the difference with this one was there was one character I hated, and it was at the beginning of the movie, compared to like the other movies where I just hated everybody. Like Final
That's nice.
Destination,
That's good.
or The Final Destination, I hated that movie. That was probably the worst one of the series.
That's the fourth one?
Yeah, I hated that one. That was the worst one in the series, in my opinion. It was so stupid, so overly drawn. Like the deaths were still very creative, but very, very stupid.
Yeah.
And then Final Destination 2 is definitely another terrible one. Just the premise, because every premonition person is supposed to be like on point. They're supposed to be like, oh yeah, you're this, you're that. She did a horrible job telling everybody how
That's
they're going to
so
die.
funny.
She did a horrible job. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there.
The Until Dawn game has a mechanic like that.
Yeah.
You get premonitions, you go think, yeah. But yeah, that's awesome. Good for them. I don't think anyone would have expected this movie to be as good as it is.
I didn't expect it.
Yeah, I think everyone was like, yeah, I wasn't even planning on it either. I was just, honestly, actually, no. I was pretty interested in it, but I'm just not a big horror guy.
Yeah.
So I was like, I probably won't. I think lately I've been more interested in horror. I've been like giving it a try with like Sinners and stuff like that. Like I've been more willing to go to the theater and watch a horror movie.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna watch it next week or this coming week. I think I'm gonna go. But who knows? We'll see. Anything else you want to add?
Once again, just support movies in theaters. But if you love horror movies that are gory and kill people in scary ways, this is literally the definition of that. This is the movie for all of that.
Yeah.
I don't know how the heck I can't watch it, but I think I'm just
Is this
so
the most
interested.
paranoid a horror movie could make you? Because it doesn't like take like a supernatural or like a monster. It's like real. It's like a real things that like could just get you at any moment. Like that penny right there could kill you at any
Bro,
point.
that penny scared the crap out of me. I don't care what anybody says. That penny scared me.
I love the clips where it's like, or like TikToks where it's like Final Destination kills be like, and it's just someone like things falling over a bunch.
That's literally how it goes, though.
It's so funny.
That's
Those are
literally
so
how
fun.
these
I think
movies
I'd start
go.
laughing if I was watching it in the theater. I think I'd laugh actually a lot watching that movie.
We were laughing in the theater.
Or just
for a
go,
couple
oh! That, like, one of those, you know?
There was one death that was so gruesome in that movie. All of us, like literally we were just sitting watching everything. And then right when a certain thing was about to happen, like it was slowly happening, all of us in the theater just went, oh, we picked up our legs and just went.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
It was, yeah.
That's awesome.
But it's very creative and I highly recommend it if you love horror movies and
Nice.
very gory scenes.
All right. Now, let's move on to something else.
Yeah.
Let's do another pivot, another hard pivot.
Oh,
Quite
yeah.
the opposite of horror. Another comedy. Phil, you have been watching The Rehearsal.
Yeah.
I'm caught up. Final episode drops this Sunday.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah, this Sunday. Phil, what did you think? What do you think so far?
Bro, this is a crazy TV show.
So you
man.
understand what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Like, you get why I love it so much?
It's so crazy. I low-key feel like a part of me kind of feels like it is scripted, but it's still really cool.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
It's not scripted.
No. Way.
One of the
No.
So
way.
you watched episode 3 when they do the talent show. They do the singing competition, right?
Yeah.
So a lady came out about it
Mm-hmm.
and said she was upset with them for doing that. That like she did all this practice just for it to be a joke.
I was thinking about
Yeah,
that.
so that actually happened. Someone was mad. She said she broke NDA and she was like, but she was gonna like say it while they were filming. But a lot of the people in line were just like, we just want to be on TV. Like, we don't care. So I'm fairly confident it's all real.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That was crazy, bro. Like, finishing season 1, I think episode 4 was my favorite episode of season 1 because I was like, okay, like he's learning, he's doing his other job. He stepped in to help homegirl out because no other man was helping.
That was so
and then
funny.
he just goes to the acting class and he becomes one of his students, and then it just turns into a whole mess. And I was like, this guy's insane, but I love it.
Yeah.
And then the ending got me all weirded out. I was like, what do you mean? Okay. And then it ends, and I was like, this guy's a genius.
Dude,
I don't know. It's funny.
I think the best part about that show is he makes everything about himself
Yeah.
by the end. He always twists it, and it's about something he's going through. So you watch the episode when they do like the Nazi stuff with Paramount.
Bro, that was so funny.
So funny.
I was like, what is
So
going on?
funny.
And then remember when you saw the little like emblems they had
Yeah.
that said Paramount Plus? I was like, is he throwing shots at Paramount?
It's so awesome. Again, yeah, he's a genius. I actually think he's one of the funniest dudes on the planet right now.
Bro, that was so crazy.
It sucks that he doesn't do stand-up comedy, but I don't think his comedy works as stand-up.
It doesn't.
Like, especially to like a mass audience, I don't think it would work.
We wouldn't get it.
Yeah, it very much works in the context of the show where he's just instigating constantly. He's always trolling people. He's making things uncomfortable on purpose.
Yeah.
Like, it's so perfect. I love him to death, and I'm happy you're enjoying it because this season, I don't know if I'd say it's better than the first, but I think it's on par with the first, and I wouldn't have expected that. You know, I think I was nervous going into the second season because I was like, is he just gonna do what he did again? Like, I guess that'd be okay, like it'd still be funny, but I could see this wearing out after a while. But he elevates it in so many ways. Like, he really took the concept and did something different with it, and I really respect that.
I was just so shook when what's it called? When at the beginning of episode 1, he was like, yeah, so HBO gave me all this money, but we're trying to make it serious, but they want us to make a comedy. And then it shows that clown stuck under the car.
Oh yeah, and he's like watching
He's
it.
just watching it, and next thing you know, like he's like, maybe that's what I should do. And he's like, okay, thank you everyone. And
Yeah,
it just
man,
stops. I was
so
like,
good.
Nathan, you're funny for that, bro. Even that scene where he's watching the pilot do everything in his room, I was like, this guy is. I know this is what he's trying to do, but this is just
It's so
insanely funny.
It's his face, dude. It's his face. Again, the opening of the episode when the plane crashes and it's just him watching with the fire, and it's just like, dude, you're on demon mode, bro.
Exactly.
What did you think about episode 3
Here we go.
when he turns into that man
When he turns to this thing, it's Sully.
and he grows up as
I was like, low key, I could see somebody doing this, but on this scale, when he cut his hair and shaved himself,
He starts
becoming a
getting
baby.
breastfed.
That was funny, bro. That was
So
so funny.
awesome.
He's living his life just to answer his stinking question. I like how he read his book and found like those different...
And he was mapping it out.
He was
It's
mapping
so
it out. That
funny.
was really cool.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
really
lie.
cool.
And then the what was it called? By Evanescence, that song?
Yeah.
Wake me up.
I mean, can't wake up. Yeah.
Yo, I was laughing the whole time, and he's like, "What do you think we should do?"
And coincidentally, the song Evanescence, the chorus is exactly 23 seconds long, which is the exact amount of time it's in. And I'm like, dude, there's no way that's
I was
true.
like, "Ain't no way you figured that out. Ain't no way."
I can't, dude. It's awesome. That show is genius. I stand by. I think it might be my favorite, one of my favorite shows on television, like ever. Again, this is my humor. It's awesome, and I'm happy you like it.
It's so funny, bro.
It's awesome. That's
It
good.
is so funny.
You should watch Nathan For You.
I saw that pop up, and I'm like, "Oh, so they moved it from Paramount Plus to HBO Max."
Nathan, I think Nathan For You is also on Hulu. I know that's where I watched it. But you should, if you like this, you'll love Nathan For You. Nathan For You is it's the same thing. Just a little less confusing.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's really good. But I'm glad you're hopping on the
impressed,
Nathan
man.
For You.
I was really
hype train.
impressed. That first episode in season 1, I was like, what?
So
like literally the opening, he's just like, actually, I practiced this conversation with an actor like 15 times. And the guy's like, oh, okay. I was like, what?
Oh, I mean, what do you say to that?
I was like, what do you mean you practice on an actor 15 times? And then you had the dude stalk me to learn my stinking mannerisms and stuff,
So
and learn
funny.
how I would talk. I was like, what?
So good, dude.
That
It's
was
so
really cool.
Awesome. Yeah. I'm glad you're liking it.
I like how he still uses the bar sometimes.
Oh,
He
yeah.
uses that bar for different things.
So good. You know it's a real bar you can go to?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I know it's a real bar.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you can go to?
Yeah.
The bar that he built.
Yeah.
You can go to
It's
that.
an actual bar that he owns. Somewhere. I forgot where it was.
Of course he
Yeah,
does.
so when they'll do watch parties of the rehearsal, and there's a chair specifically for him, and he'll go watch and not talk to anyone. He'll just sit down and then leave. It's so awesome. I love that man. He's awesome.
Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah. You want to move? You have anything else you want to say?
Nathan Fielder, keep doing what you're doing, bro.
doing what you're
Low
doing,
key, it's funny.
HBO,
It's-
keep giving him blank checks.
Yeah. That's impressive. That's very impressive. But yeah, that's all I got.
All right, let's go straight into the Hunger Games castings then.
Here we
Phil,
go.
you have them up because I don't remember them.
My bad. I'm trying to pull up a bigger picture, and yes, I have them here. All right, so for the new movie, I believe it is called Hunger Games Sunrise. Hunger Games
Sunrise
Sunrise
of the
on the
Reaping.
Reaping.
On the Reaping, sorry.
On the Reaping. They have a crazy cast for this movie. Playing President Snow is Ralph Fiennes, originally played by Donald Sutherland. Playing Plutarch Heavensby, we have Jesse Plemons, originally played by Philip Seymour Hoffman. Playing Effie Trinket is Elle Fanning, which is a W casting. I mean, all these W casting, but Elle Fanning as Effie Trinket, a young Effie Trinket, is tough. And this was originally played by Elizabeth Banks. Playing main guy from Waves. Huh? Either way, Kelvin Harrison Jr. is going to be in it. And the role that he was playing was originally played by Jeffrey Wright, who was also a very good actor. Playing Wirus is Maya Hawke. If you don't recognize her, she's from Stranger Things. Really cool character in that show. Originally played by Amanda Plummer. And then also another crazy casting I didn't even know about. Playing Caesar Flickerman is Kieran Culkin.
Yeah, that's the one I like a lot. I'm really
Originally
happy
played
about
by
that.
Stanley Tucci.
Yeah, I'm really happy Kieran Culkin got casted for this.
Bro, this cast...
It's an all-star cast. It's Hunger Games, dude. It's gonna make a bunch of money. They need to have like a crazy cast. And you know what's funny about their cast? Mm-hmm. It's gonna sound crazy. Their cast is very much a type. Mm-hmm. And let me explain. It's Hunger Games has like a fan base. I don't want to speak for the whole fan base, but it has a fan base that's very much like it's the kinds of people that are like, I could fix him, or that guy's pretty hot. You get like they casted a group of like very weirdly attractive people. Like I can't explain it, but all of these people are pretty attractive, and I know I can see the TikToks of people bringing up what's the guy's name that this movie's based about?
President Snow?
Not President. This is not President. It's
isn't it
the
about,
trainer from the originals.
Yeah. I know
what's
you're
his
talking
name?
about Haymitch.
Haymitch. I can see the trailer. Like when a trailer drops, everyone's gonna be like, Haymitch. Like, whoa, that's a dude. Kieran Culkin, bro, come on. Like,
that is
really?
a W casting.
Elle Fanning, I know everyone's gonna fiend over. I feel like people low key fiend over Jesse Plemons, and I think that's kind of funny. But
Jesse
also
Plemons
valid.
is a good actor, man.
Again, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a very kind of cast. It's the same when they casted for the last one.
Ben Lang is in it.
When they casted the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and everyone was talking about President Snow, they're like, they know what they're doing by casting that dude. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they are casting for a very specific group of people.
Yeah.
And that group, I know, regardless of the quality of this movie, is going to be obsessed with this because the cast is who they are.
McKenna Grace is in this, too.
Yeah. McKenna Grace is freaking everything all of a sudden.
Bro, she's been in Ghostbusters. She's been in stinking that weird Dwayne The Rock Johnson Santa Claus movie.
Yeah. You think she'll stick around?
Oh, she will.
Yeah.
She 1,000% will.
I feel like she's always had jobs since she started. Since Gifted. She's just been kind of like constantly going,
What is her filmography, actually? Let me see this.
I have it up.
She was in Handmaid's Tale?
Ghostbusters, I, Tonya, Gifted. I feel like, Gifted was probably one that like put her on the map. But
I hated that. I hate those new Ghostbusters movies, bro.
I have a friend that loves them.
I hate them. It's sick. It makes me sick to my stomach.
But yeah, so I'm not like whoa.
She was in Batman, Kate Crusader.
I'm not like whoa cast or anything, but I'm happy that they're giving this movie a very strong cast.
Exactly.
Because I like Hunger Games a lot. I'm very much gonna watch it, whatever. Hunger Games is it's a TikTok group of people that I just know that I could see because it was all over my TikTok when Hunger Games Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes was coming out. So I just know what kind of TikToks I'm going to be fed on my For You page. But I love this cast. I'm very excited for this movie. I hear the book's pretty good. So I think we're going to be in it for a good ride.
She was young Carol in Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, her filmography is insane. That's what I'm saying.
She's Player One.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's had like jobs since that movie.
Bizarre Vark.
Like just constantly since,
She was in Independence Day. She's been in all the bad movies of the old ones, bro.
So yeah, she's just in everything, dude.
But what's it called? The Hunger Games is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I love the Hunger Games.
Yeah, I do too. I'm very excited. And I loved the last one. I really liked the last one. Like
the last one was really good.
It was so good. I think it's one of the best ones. I think I'd put it with how would I rank them? How would I even rank the Hunger Games movies?
I gotta go.
I'd have to watch them back. Mm-hmm. I think like Catching Fire, OG, Ballad, Mockingjay Part 2,
and
then 1. I don't remember. I can't differentiate them. I don't remember like what happens in either that separates them. But yeah, I think that's how I'd rank them. Again, love Hunger Games. I'm excited for this. I think they're gonna kill it.
I gotta go if the OG is the number one, bro. The OG.
Yeah, the OG one's really good.
The anxiety I felt in that movie and the depression I felt for all District 12 or District 13, I was like, oh man, bro.
Can I ask for something?
Yeah.
How come the Maze Runner movies can't get this treatment?
If you think about it, how come a lot of these book to
No, I don't care about the other ones. Why isn't the Maze Runner getting treated like this, guys? How about me? Why can't we look out for me? As someone who's read all the books, why can't we look out for me? You know? I get all these little Hunger Games fans, all these people are like, I want all the Hunger Games movies, whatever. And like, look, I understand the Maze Runner movies people don't love. Everyone loves the first one.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's like,
it went to crap.
I like them a lot. I think they're pretty good, and I'll ride for those movies forever. So I would love for them to do the prequels. So whoever's listening, who did the Maze Runner movies? Was it Fox? Lionsgate? Just someone out there. Whoever's listening, you know. As MGM.
MGM.
whoever's out there, Wes Ball, come back, bro. I know you're making, I know you're doing Legend of Zelda and Planet of the Apes. I know you've moved on to bigger, better things, but you're not. Let's just remember what got your start, and that was Maze Runner. So come back to me.
Is that really his start?
I don't think it was his first thing, but it was probably the thing that like put him on the map. I don't know. I'm just kind of talking right now before I close this pod. Do you have anything else you want to say?
I just find it cool that The Hunger Games is like, out of all these book to film movies, is like one of the, like, as a franchise.
It's with Harry Potter. It's with, maybe not to the same scale, but like it's with Harry Potter. It's they're always getting adapted. Again, they made a book and a movie for this. The book just came out. Like they said, we're making a new book and the movie's gonna come out.
For The Hunger Games? Or?
This one, yeah, that's what this is. This book just came out.
For the book. Okay, my bad.
The book just came out like, what, not a few months ago, like 7 months ago?
Because the fan base is strong. For
yeah, and dude, like, I saw a thing like Barnes & Noble, like, shot up. Everyone was going.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah.
It's impressive, bro. Like, I remember reading that book going like, this is a good book, and I don't usually read books, bro.
So James Dashner, author of The Maze Runner. Just do it again, you know? Drop another book, you know? Who cares about the little Hunger Games fans, you know? We're strong. We ride together. I love you. I don't know why I said that. I just want you to make more books. I don't even think he writes anymore, actually. Look, all I'm asking is there's 2 books in the Maze Runner series that they didn't do. The Fever Code and The Kill Order. Yeah. Because they're prequels, so they didn't really need to. People hate Divergent. Okay, Divergent. That's why they didn't do them, you know? And I felt like it was after Divergent when that 3rd movie got canceled.
Yep.
People were just like done. They were stepping back from the whole book to movie thing. You still see them, but not like that was a specific genre that was led by the Hunger Games. Because of Hunger Games, Maze Runner got adapted and Divergent, so on and so forth. I like that genre of movie. I do. I really do. They're corny, sure. They're very campy, but I don't know. There's something. There's a personality to them that I enjoy that makes them very comfortable to watch. So I love The Maze Runner with all my heart, and as much as I can watch so many Hunger Games movies, I would love for them to bring back Maze Runner. Even if you had to remake it. I would just remake it, you know? Make it more like the books.
Man, who can get better than Dylan O'Brien?
No one. No.
I'm about to say Dylan O'Brien.
Such a good Thomas. That whole cast, dude, that cast is insane. That cast is so good. I love them all. Anyways, I can go on for hours about how much I love the Maze Runner. So, do you have anything else you want to add on the Hunger Games before we end?
I'm all good.
Before we close? All right, guys. This is the Philm Podcast where we talk about films in the way that anyone can enjoy. Please like, comment, follow, subscribe on all the social medias, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Are we on X? No.
Yes.
We are on X. So do it, please. And James Dashner, if you're watching, let's get some book deals and movie deals happening so we can get those Maze Runner movies. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good week.
Hit that bell.
Ding, ding.